I just feel a bit sorry for all the women of America, to be honest.
You can say whatever you like, do whatever you like, as long as you're a rich white man.
I know it's not a very popular opinion, but I'm from Israel. It's my home country. I live here. Because of Trump, we secured a hostage deal, and it's all thanks to him.
And UK is basically, in other words, US's side chick.
Yeah.
And that's how it's always been. So I think it doesn't matter how much they shun Trump, they are eventually going to need him.
So Trump is being inaugurated today. What are your thoughts on him becoming president again?
I totally don't support it at all. I don't think he's stable. I don't think he really likes people. I don't think he supports people. He's just got a group of wealthy men behind him and he's working with them. It's not representative of American society, I think.
Thoughts on Trump?
Yeah.
Honestly, I know it's not a very popular opinion, but I'm from Israel. It's my home country. I live here. And because of Trump, we secured a hostage deal, and it's all thanks to him. Like, Biden did nothing about this. So I have a lot of opinion. Like, if I was American, I probably wouldn't vote for him because I think he doesn't care a lot about women's rights, and I'm not completely in line with his opinion. But if it's about my home country, he does a lot of stuff that does help. So yeah.
You know what? I kind of have a mixed bias on this, in the sense of I feel like him being in office makes people who are racist more openly racist rather than covertly racist.
Yeah, that's true.
It's easier to deal with what's in your face versus what's hiding behind. So it's kind of like,
I don't know. I think it's a given that most people aren't a fan of Trump, but he is. What you see is what you get with him, and I think that's really rare for someone who is politically facing.
Trump said during the presidential campaign in 2024 that...
I'm a better looking person than Kamala.
What do you make of those comments?
I think it's kind of indicative of people of his oeuvre, his place in society at the moment, that feel as though they can just say absolutely anything because there are just zero consequences to anything that they're saying. And the more and more outrageous things that they say, the more attention that they get. And there's literally no repercussions, which is why they feel emboldened to keep saying that kind of thing.
I'm not sure he's my type.
The better looking, we can say no.
I just think when he attacks people, it's not actually on a basis of their work or their ethics. It's on something that's so degrading, their personality. Or before, he was questioning if she was black or Asian or what her background was, as if that should be part of the argument versus what she stands for because of her candidacy. And I think it detracts from what the actual point of politics should be in terms of what are you fighting for, what do you believe in, versus I'm just going to attack you for the sake of attacking you because it makes me look cool.
It's not something I would want a politician to say. It's not about looks, it's about how smart she is, if she's a good in her job, which she was.
Of his own daughter, Ivanka, he said...
She does have a very nice figure. I've said that if Ivanka weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her. You know?
Weird.
I don't think it should even be a talking point. Let's just stick to what we really should be talking about. I don't think a woman's figure and how she presents herself to the media should even be a topic of discussion.
It's also scary. Why are you over-sexualizing your own child? That's why other people over-sexualize. That's why there's so much porn on the internet. And it's okay to look at children, because if you do it to your own kids, why can't someone else do it?
RFK is his new health secretary pick. Are you familiar with RFK and his brainworm?
Yes, I am. I'm also very disturbed by a lot of his anti-vax comments and a lot of the false health advice he gives online, because it makes people who don't really fully understand the topics. He has a lot of credentials, he has the Kennedy name, so people might believe what he's saying without really going further in depth. I don't think it's very good to have someone like that in charge of health in your country.
During his own presidential campaign, he tweeted, "I offer to eat 5 more brainworms and still beat President Trump and President Biden in a debate." Would that get your vote?
If I was voting for a 6-year-old in the playground, that's the kind of thing you'd expect to hear, right? I'll eat this plate of ants. It's just the most childish, insane thing. And it shows, I think, how men of his generation could remain infants until they achieve offices of national power and have nobody check them on their infantile behaviour.
Does it concern you that he's in charge of healthcare policy now in the States?
100%.
Yeah, but I mean, American healthcare.
Yeah, I mean, do they have healthcare full stop, really?
We mentioned defence there, and you're speaking about defence. The new Defence Secretary pick has been a bit controversial for some of the things he said in the past. One of which is he said,
I'm straight up just saying we should not have women in combat roles.
what do you make of that?
So I come from Israel, which is a place where women do serve in combat roles. And it's actually very important to allow women who want to, I don't think should be made to, but if women wants to be in a combat role or even be a pilot, it's something that should be offered or normalized.
That's just wrong again. Not a good feminist stance. So I feel like I just feel a bit sorry for all the women of America, to be honest.
There's questions over if David Lammy will have a good relationship with Donald Trump, because he's on the record as saying that Trump is a women-hating, neo-Nazi sympathising sociopath. I mean, do you think he was right to say that, and do you think it could affect their relationship?
I think what he said was correct. I don't disagree with his review of Mr. Trump. But again, it's the idea that he's now having to try and form some kind of relationship is in itself, again, more fuel to the fire, that you can say whatever you like, do whatever you like, as long as you're a rich white man.
There are lots of people in the Republican Party that have said a lot worse things about Trump, like his vice president called him Hitler. So maybe he has a thick skin. Maybe he'll be okay with it.
I mean, David Lammy, I used to support him, Labour, but Labour's not very Labourish these days.
It's not.
So
I feel like it's got a conservative hat on, but branded as Labour.
Yeah, 100%.
And I've always thought that about Keir Starmer anyway.
Will it affect their relationship? Probably not. I mean, they're still probably going to vote to, help Israel, and, Palestine isn't a real place. So
It's tough. I think when it comes to like UK and US relationship, we all know that it's something that they have to kind of keep up. It's a relationship that's been long-standing. It's mutually beneficial, and UK is basically, in other words, US's side chick.
Yeah.
And that's how it's always been. So I think it doesn't matter how much they shun Trump, they are eventually going to need him. So they're gonna keep it sweet. They're gonna, continue that relationship. I feel like that's a given. I feel like most British people understand that is the case with the US.